do you like being in here on the weekends with us, Bob?
I love it. I think it's great if I can figure out how to put this microphone on. I guess you can they hear me? Oh, good. I love it. Hey.
All right.
Hey, this is big time. I love it. 3 rounds are gone now at the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia. Let's see who the leader is right now. It's going to be Ed Snead, who putts for par here on 16 and makes it. He is at 12 under par. Miller Barber, by the way, finished his second round today with a course record 64. Tom Watson here and Craig Stadler in second place, but they're way back of the leader. They are 5 shots back of Ed Snead. Tigers in Kansas City. It is 5-5 right now in the 8th inning. Tigers in Kansas City tomorrow, and I'm sorry, it's 5-5 Tigers in Texas. Tigers in Texas tomorrow, and then the Tigers return home for a 2-game series Monday and Tuesday against Kansas City, and then they'll play a weekend series next weekend at home versus Toronto. 5-5 Tigers in Texas, that is. In the American League today, the Yankees beat Chicago 8-5, and we've got some exciting highlights in this game. This is really good. Chicago gets 4 runs in the first inning. Here is Eric Soderholm banging one off the left field wall. Ralph Garr, Claudell Washington will score ahead of him. It is 2-0 Chicago. Chicago. Mike Squires gets a base hit. Chet Lemon and Eric Soderholm score. It's 4-0 in the first inning. And then a guy by the name of Marvis Foley. I never heard of him either, but he gets his first Major League home run. Bye-bye, baby, or as Mel Allen would say, going, gone. 5-0 Chicago, but then the Yankees come back. Mickey Rivers, a base hit. Now, Chris Chambliss will score. It's going to be a close play. They call him safe. What do you think? Ooh, close call. Then Thurman Munson gets a base hit. Mickey Rivers will score on the play, and before you know it, it's 5-3 Chicago. Now, here's a guy coming up. I love this man's swing. A classic left-handed swing. Greg Nettles unloads a home run in Comiskey Park. It's 5-4. And this sets up a dramatic blow in the 8th inning. Jay Johnstone, his first Major League Grand Slam, a pinch hit job, and it puts the Yankees ahead 8-5, which will be the final score. But the White Sox will threaten now in the 9th inning, put 2 men on, and then look who's here in a relief role for a change. Ron Guidry. And Ron gets a save. He gets George Orta to bounce into a double play. 4, the 6-3, it's 8-5, and that was the final. Elsewhere in the American League, Milwaukee slugged Baltimore today, 11-10, 6 homers for Milwaukee. That's a club record. Also 2 of those for Cecil Cooper. It was Toronto 8-6 over Kansas City. Rick Cerrone, a 2-run single that did the trick for the Blue Jays. National League, Montreal 2-0 over the Cubs. Andre Dawson, a home run for Montreal for the poor Cubbies. They've yet to win a game this year. Pittsburgh 7-4 over St. Louis. Ed Ott, 4 runs batted in, including a home run and a triple. This guy, John Milner, now for the Pirates, has been on a tear at the bat lately. National Hockey League, Pittsburgh eliminated Buffalo from the Stanley Cup Playoffs 4-3. Pittsburgh goes on to meet Boston. Just moments ago, Philadelphia beat Vancouver 7-2, so Philadelphia eliminates Vancouver, goes on to meet the New York Rangers. Detroit Express, all right. They beat Memphis 6-0 for their first win of the year. Now, you're going to see some highlights. It appears here that Detroit will score a goal, but it will be disallowed. Don't worry, folks. Bob Rohrback for the Express, and get this, 4 goals for Rohrback in the second period. This victory was not convincing for the Express because Memphis had only one of its regulars. See, the North American Soccer League Players Association's out on strike. On the other hand, Detroit had all but 2 of its regulars, Brian Tinian and Danny Vaughn. So the North American Soccer League Players Association strike goes on and on, having trouble tonight. Many of the teams without its regulars. Now, in the wake of the strike, here's how one NASL team, the Rochester Lancers, prepared for its game against Tulsa.
Rochester Lancers chairman of the board and part owner, Charlie Schiano, spent the last few minutes before the flight to Tulsa checking on players the club hastily recruited for tonight's game against the Roughnecks. Only 2 regular team members reported to the airport. The rest of the squad was completed with amateurs and former NASL players, including former Washington Diplomats and New York Cosmos goalie Kurt Kuykendall. Lancers coach Dragan Don Popovich was not optimistic about the strike or the game.
I'm really between the owners and the players. I sympathize both sides. I think the players fighting for their side of the story, and the owners is hurt because they're losing too much money already right now. And I'm just between. I'm the coach. I have to run the team. If they want me to be in Tulsa, I'll be there.
One of those who joined the strike is star goalie Shep Messing, the former Cosmos goalie, who recently signed a $125,000 contract with Rochester.
All right, this is Victor Galindez in the white trunks. Galindez regained his World Light Heavyweight Championship today with a victory over Mike Rossman. Rossman failed to answer the bell for the 10th round. Rossman hurt his hand in the 5th round, and by the 8th round, he said, "My hand is killing me." By the 10th round, it was curtains. Now, you see, there was bitter feelings in this fight, as you gather. Galindez figured that he would hit Rossman after the bell in the 4th round, and of course, he didn't like that too much, so Rossman charged him. Rossman's called the Jewish Bomber or the Kosher Butcher, and he took the title from Galindez September 15th, but Galindez got it back today. All right. The Boston Marathon is being held on Monday, one of the premier distance races in the country. Now, in Neenah, Wisconsin, there are no hills. It's flat. But David Lincoln of Neenah figures, I'm going to train for the marathon, so he trains in the quarry. It's like a big, deep hole. Anyway, he failed to qualify for this year's Boston Marathon, but he's going anyway Monday. He's from Massachusetts, right, Murray? Emerson College. He knows a lot of people there, and they line the streets for the marathon. He thinks it's a great challenge. He is going to be what they call a gypsy runner. He will run in back of the pack, although he didn't officially qualify. I got to say that we have two great marathon distance runners that work right here at TV2. Dave Eliasberg is an engineer, and John Nelson in sales. And Eliasberg's telling me he runs 50 miles a week. I don't drive 50 miles a week. The man runs 50 miles a week. So those guys are good.
Have you seen them out there at Belle Isle and everything?
Hey, they're super.
That's right. And they don't even call in sick the next day.
You got it.
That's the truth.
I thought Bob was going to credit himself with being one of those great runners. I know he runs every morning. Not that far.
We've seen him a couple times out there. Well, you don't have to worry about getting that Easter bonnet drenched tomorrow. Nancy McCauley will bring us the good holiday forecast news when Eyewitness News Weekend continues in just a moment.